Favorite. Let's go over to the Mayor's Council of Guam, where the Executive Director, Angel Sablan, is on. Angel, I'm kind of excited for you guys. You're having your first meeting since the COVID tomorrow, right?
Yes, and it'll be at the Dededo Community Center because our place down here is not big enough to do our social distancing,
Right.
so we're moving up to the Dededo Senior Center.
Just logistically, Angel, how hard was it for you guys to map out the social distancing and to figure out where everyone's going to go to make the allowances for the staff and all that?
Yeah, well, it's the center there is much bigger than the place we're using down here as our conference room. So we've already mapped it out. We just have the 6-foot tables, and it's very easy.
Mhm.
One person at each end. So
Is everybody confirmed to attend? Or some going to be
Uh,
participating virtually or?
no, there's not going to be no virtual. They will have to come and attend. And also, we're inviting you guys because part of the agenda is whatever villages want to report as to what's been happening in the village and what actions they've taken to assist with this COVID-19. And then we're going to give the media an opportunity to ask a question or two.
Nice. That's thoughtful. What about, Angel, one of the things I like about you guys' meetings is there's always a good spread afterwards. Are you guys, with the social distancing, how are you going to, is there going to be food?
Oh, this is going to be food. I get this serving tomorrow.
Yeah, so it's going to be mango, everything.
There'll probably be mango, yeah.
I got to text Mayor Kevin. What's on the agenda for tomorrow, Angel?
Well, aside from just having the mayor's reports to their villages and the media asking questions, and we also still have the unfinished business, of course, the stray dogs, the animal roundup, and then the recycling revolving funds that we're anticipating to get here shortly, and then, of course, the news that we're not going to be doing liberation this year.
Right. Let's just start with the stray dogs. I think it was one of your last meetings before the COVID that you had the agriculture director on there to kind of pitch the idea to you guys. Is that plan, that program, has it been at a standstill?
Yeah, it has been, but just recently with Mayor Rudy Matanoni, the chair of this, we're trying now to. Each village actually has already gotten a 1 or 2 cages to not only catch stray dogs or animals, but also for feral pigs. And then Department of Agriculture is also working out a program to obtain or procure more cages to issue out to the villages. So yeah, it's moving. It has legs now.
Mm-hmm.
And what about the recycling? The issues with the recycling revolving fund?
Recycling wrong fund. The MOA is still being worked on by Guam EPA. We're supposed to get it here very shortly for our review, and then once, of course, I sign off on it, it goes back to EPA for their signatures, and it goes to the Attorney General's office, and from there it goes to BBMR and then to the governor. So we're putting a fast track on it. We have the Special Assistant on Municipal Affairs from the governor's office, former Mayor Bob Lizama, handling that one. So we're anticipating, again, it's going to be about $500,000. We don't have that much time frame left over for the fiscal year because by the time we get this out, maybe it's the end of June, so July, August, September, and then of course we still have to get our contractors on board and check whether they're still, all of them are operating or not operating.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if this is even too soon to ask, but what about the reopening of senior centers?
That's probably, unfortunately, Bree, that's probably going to be the last ones. I don't think we're going to be opening that until we get into
4 or 3?
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I'd ask. I think one of our viewers was asking just for an update on that.
That's got to be right
We're
there with
going to
the
continue
schools.
to provide them the food, the nutrition that they need. But as far as them coming back to the center and gathering, that's right now, the senior centers of Dededo and Tamuning and Sinahanya and Manila are the bigger centers, and it's not possible to put all of them, the clients in there that usually come at one time.
Yeah.
Angel, I know that in passing you had said that you guys were going to be discussing Bill 255, and I was surprised that they're discussing it in the session because I haven't heard about it since before the COVID. So, and people, I don't know what notices went out, but I was watching the session last night, and you guys were kind of key on this with the resolution that you guys did, and this is the health insurance choice bill. And Lord knows there have been people have had many issues with Aetna, but I think as we turn the corner on those, it's kind of become about giving these GovGuam employees, and especially the retirees, because they're set in their ways. They want that choice, right? So what type of discussion are you guys going to be having during the meeting tomorrow about this choice bill?
Well, probably the same lively discussion we had the last time we brought it up. And we're still looking forward to having a choice. We really want to have a choice.
Yeah, I remember speaking with Mayor Paul McDonald from Agania Heights, right? He was one of the main movers behind that resolution, and he was talking about, I guess, the nightmare that he went through just to get help in the Philippines.
Right. I mean, he's not the only one. We heard the same thing from one of the bill's authors, Senator Piro Terlahi, and not just from. I mean, these guys are high profile, right? But my phone was just. I mean, still we get messages about just people frustrated, and I think part of it is that it's hard for them to get the answers locally or whatever, and that was something that we had heard a lot. But again, like going just back to having that choice, how key is it, do you think, especially for the retirees? They're the ones who are using this insurance the most. Your thoughts on that, Angel?
Well, like I said, we'll bring it up tomorrow, and I'm sure we're not going to be short in the discussion. I mean, I know the mayors would come up and again bring it up. I mean, COVID has put it probably on the flat burner for now, but it's coming up and it's on session, so it's something that we really look forward to having the legislature act on, and come up with a bill that can address it.
Right. Well, I think the bill's there.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, a fast one.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thanks, Angel. We're getting Mayor McDonald on in a few minutes, I'm pretty sure we'll discuss this more. But I just wanted to catch up with you guys because I thought it was interesting. You hardly see a body like the Mayor's Council kind of wait. I know you guys do your individual testimonies, but for you guys as a body to kind of weigh in and put out this resolution and say, yeah, we want a choice. I thought it was pretty telling and a pretty big statement.
Mm-hmm. And of course, also tomorrow we're going to welcome the mayor-elect of Joniah. We've invited him to the meeting.
What? So you guys going to jump him in or what?
We're going to welcome him.
Does he have to be sworn in?
Yes, he has to be. He's going to have that. The Guam Election Commission is having their meeting on the 12th, so that's the soonest that he can be certified. But he's already up and around. I mean, he called me this morning, and he's already up at the mayor's office, and he's working with the staff there and just getting himself acclimated and acquainted to what has to be done. I mean, even though he's not sworn in, we don't think that there's any way that any more votes that are going to come in the next 10 days are going to change the results.
I mean, he won by a pretty handy margin.
Yeah, that's correct.
Right.
Yes.
And Angel, or Bree, I'm sorry, I don't want to sound naive, but too late. So he's just going to be there until the primary?
Yeah, I mean, well,
if he's going to run for mayor again, he has to file his candidacy before the end of this month,
right?
And be a candidate in August. And if he prevails there amongst the Democratic candidates, because this time there's going to be two sides, right, Republican and Democrat, then he will move into the election in November. And no, he doesn't just stay to the primary. He will stay all the way till a new mayor or himself again is elected for office in January.
Is he going to be sitting in former Mayor Blas's old chair?
We
haven't bought a new chair, so yes, he'll be sitting there.
All right, thanks, Angel.
Yeah, thank you, Angel.
You're welcome.
And let's
Thank
catch
you.
up
Take
after
care.
the meeting.
Take care. Be safe. Come to the meeting tomorrow. If anything, to have some good chow.
All right.
Okay,
All
'cause
right.
the South can cook. Yep, I tell you the best meetings, guys. Agate and Umatic. That's when, and in Iran. That's when, and Molesto. Yep. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Thanks, Angel.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care. Be safe.
You
Wash
too.
your hands.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, Angel Sablan, the executive director of the Mayor's Council of Guam. 9:22. We'll take a little break and come back with more of the KUAM News takeover of Guam's favorite containing COVID. Good morning.
Keeping you informed, KUAM News brings you Banking 671, brought to you by the Bank of Guam, the People's Bank, and